Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Mrs Mahogo, and I'm so excited for you to be joining me yet again. So today we have a very special guest. His name is Nhlanhla Phillips, and his love for photography began back in 2011, in the summer of 2011, and he's never stopped snapping away since then. And he's here to help us shed some light on the photography topic and to help us know him more, a little bit more, as one of our favorite South African photographers. So welcome to the show.
No, thank you for having me.
So can you tell us a bit more about yourself and where you come from, and where did this love for photography start? What exactly happened on that day when you took the camera for the first time and you decided to take pictures?
Okay, I grew up in Soweto, that's the streets of Soweto, but they're all tied up now, so they're not so dusty anymore. And my upbringing, firstly, the first part of my childhood, I grew up with my parents.
Okay.
In Naledi, when my parents stayed in Shawel. So the reason for that was because there was no one to take care of me after coming back from school. So it's better at my parents because there's my aunts and there's my grandmother. So I'll go over to my parents during weekends. But only later on, around higher primary, I think, that's when I got my keys, when most people get their keys when they're 21.
Yeah.
So I got my own keys when I was fairly young.
And
I could unlock and go into the house and still lock, and as I grew up. So there's a bit of my childhood. And then my encounter with photography, it was by accident, I think, because my brother's into photography as well.
Oh, okay.
So that afternoon he just gave me a camera, said, man, snap away and whatever, but his words were, this thing is really addictive. So I couldn't understand it, but it took me a few minutes to understand that, you just only want to snap and go and show him that, this is what I got, and you think it's dope at that time. And to find it's not really dope, but yeah.
But well, for a beginner,
for sure. And I studied journalism. So only after I held up a camera, a year later, that's when I was introduced to photography formally.
Okay.
Because that's when we started as a module. Photography was part of the module of the course. Yeah.
So, having grown up in Soweto, how would you describe that childhood for you, without knowing the future that you had in photography and all of that? How would you describe the childhood that you had in Soweto?
I think I just had a simple childhood, man. It wasn't one where I was very artsy and fancy, and I wasn't really into photography. Photography came very late in my life, and for me to say it's always been there or something like that, nah, it wasn't there. Like my childhood is really it's very confusing because I went to John Technical School, so I did I thought I was going to be an engineer at some point, and I went to school and I studied journalism, so it was, but one thing that I really know is that I've always been into words.
Oh, okay.
I've loved telling stories, and I've loved books, and I've loved reading, and so for me, photography took it to the next notch, to the next level, in a sense that I'm a mountain of a man. I like to describe myself as that. I'm not easily moved.
Okay.
So pictures move me more than words. So for pictures to even attempt to take something that has been in my life for so long and to elevate it to a level that is uncontrollable. Like I still read, I still love words, and but photography is on another level. Like when I'm with it, I'm pretty much at home. So it was 2011, right? Only 2012 I was really studying it formally, and then 2013 is when I met my mentor even today, Babalo Tekiso.
Yeah.
So it's a funny story because he just said, just rock up, man, at the star offices, and we'll take it from there. So with me, I took it literally. Most people will think you'll call first and make an appointment. So I took his words very literal and I just rocked up. I remember it was a Tuesday morning around 9. I went to the store offices and I was like, I'm here to see Papa Law. And they said, okay, the security guy said, no, let's go check if he's there. Or they tried to call him, they didn't find him, they went there. And they said, nah, he's not here. Then I called him. I'm like, hey, I'm here. So you said I must just rock up. He was like, no, but I thought you wouldn't be so literal about it, man. And you will call first. But okay, you will. I will be there by 10. So I waited an hour. So we arrived at 10, and there was no, I don't know, some intense what they think they're there to do to chill. And so we went there. Our first assignment, I still remember, it was a ballet in Monte Casino. So I went with him. I had my camera then. So I went with him to go shoot. But the most important lessons that he taught me on that day, I'll still remember them. I'll treasure them forever. He said to me, Nhlanhla, what separates an amateur and a professional is someone who anticipates what's going to happen. So that lesson was, don't always think that because you're indoors, your ISO must be up.
Okay.
The thing that's very important about pictures is light. Light will dictate what ISO you use. You use lower ISO or higher ISO. I know I'm being very technical right now, but for those who don't know, so that's a lesson from that day. And the following day, it was on a Wednesday. I can't remember the place correctly, but I was sent on an assignment alone with just the reports. It was just the two of us. And I remember very well that weekend was my first published work.
Oh.
So that assignment with the checks and all the rubbish. So I did that assignment with Rabi Sebumu. So we did that assignment and I got published my first week there.
The very first time you're going on a story by yourself,
by myself, I get published.
That's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. It's something that every journalist and every photographer is always going after, at least to get published.
No, for sure.
Published. And then, how would you describe your experience having been at the Star since you started off, having started your career the way you did?
Yeah.
How would you describe your journey so far?
I'd say it's a bittersweet experience in a sense that, not to say that now I'm discouraging a lot of people to go into journalism and all of that, but as I was going in the industry, people were saying already it's dead, but for me there was still life for me because newsrooms were still full and people were still cared about the profession,
Yeah.
So as opposed to what's happening now, it's sad. It's sad. And more especially for even photographers, it's even worse for them because no one is employing them. No one sees the need. No one sees the quality anymore. And the challenge is people who are at the helm are not really journalists. Are people who just want to make money and they want power to show that we have power. And so that's the demise of the whole profession at the moment. So I really feel bad and discouraged if I have to meet someone to say now, hey, I'm studying journalism and I want to go into the industry. But with that said, I feel that deep in my heart there will always be a need for stories, and there will always be a need to be professional about it. As you can see now with all what's happening now at the moment with the foreign nationals and their attacks and everything, there's a lot of fake news sprinkling into the social media, and And it's disheartening to know that we are out there and we are doing real stories, then you find something that happened a long time ago, that's the one that is trending.
Yeah.
And you see that there's no really a filter. So a normal lay person wouldn't really know that this is fake, this is real. Because they just consume whatever that's, you know. So it's really disheartening, but I have hope, and I feel that maybe in my lifetime the cycle will change again and there will be proper journalism. And yeah.
Who are some of the people that inspire you in the job that you do?
Ooh, there's a lot, there's a lot.
Just name maybe about 3 to 5.
Okay, let me tell you a funny story. Is that Babalo Tekiso? This is the first one. This is the first one. No, for sure. By all means necessary, this is the first one. And the story is Babalo was mentored by, I don't know, the late Akhona.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew that. So I never got a chance to meet him though. He passed on 2012. And I met Babalo 2012 to 2013. So Babalo was mentored by Alf, and I was mentored by Babalo. So in a funny way, all the lessons, maybe not all of them, but most of the lessons that Alf taught Babalo, that's what he taught me.
Passed them on to you.
So in a sense, in a way, I met Alf through Babalo. So there's no way that even my work is influenced by both of them. So it's Babalo and Alf. And to be honest, the third person, it's going to be a tough one. But I'd say Any Leibovitz.
Okay.
Any Leibovitz. That lady, she's magic. She's magic. But there's a lot of local guys, and you know, that I can mention. But those are my top 9.
And then, what would you say are some of the highlights of your career? Like some of the events that you've covered, and you felt like when you covered them, you felt like, okay, yeah, I really did something here.
It's a tough one because did a lot. And I think this it's not really events to me, but it's just those small stories that you do and you come back a different person. Because for me, I feel that if you're doing a painful story and you come back the same person, like when before you left, and when you come back you're the same person, like nothing has changed in you, nothing has moved you. So it means for me you have a problem, a serious problem. So this thing has killed you in a way. Yeah. So the story was in Mahlangu. The lady was Kidibone, I think. At the time she was 33 years. She lost her eye through a branch of a tree. It fell into her eye, and so she had a deep hole in her where her eye was supposed to be. And she was HIV positive as well. Her story, she has more than 5 children, and for me it was a sad story. It's like a place where people are forgotten. There's no clinic there, schools are far, like, it's a remote area in a place called Mahlangu. So it's disheartening. So for me, it's not really those big events where everyone is talking about. Okay, last year it was when former President Obama was here.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. I was there when President Cyril Ramaphosa was voting this year as well. For me, those are just to show that I've really done the work. When anyone asks me that, hey, have you done this, have you done that, the most important stories in the year. So for me, that would be that. But for me, those are not really stories that or events rather, that really moved me to say, you know what, nah, you can pride yourself in doing those things because anyone can really do them. You just have opportunity of doing them. But those stories that no one really knows about and you show the light to their people's plight and all those things. For me, those are the true stories that need to be told, and those are the stories that I'll hold dear to my heart. And I will tell whoever that asks me about my career that I did this story and I did that story, and my life was never the same afterwards.
And then being a freelance journalist, a photojournalist, what are some of the challenges that you face in that line of work? And please just briefly explain to those that don't know what a freelance photojournalist is.
Okay, a freelance photojournalist is like any photographer in a sense, but the thing is you cover news and you cover events that are not really, okay, now it's mainstream, but I wouldn't say like what the aspiring photographers of today want to do, like the fashions and they go out and in Maboneng or Bramfontein, they're always snapping each other, and so the freelance is you tell stories, man. You tell stories and you get commission for them.
So it's not a full-time job type of thing where you go to work every day.
Some people are lucky, man. Some people are lucky they get to do that, but yeah, some people are called by agencies and they do the work for them and they get commission for that, and that's that. So depending, because now newsrooms are getting smaller and smaller, so they're using more freelancers than before. Than before. So for business people, it makes sense to them because you don't have to worry about your medical aid, and they just give you what your daily rate is, and then that's it. So the more jobs you have, the better you're bettering your living and not having too much debt and living a comfortable life in a sense. Yeah.
So what are some of the challenges that you've had to face being a freelance journalist in this day and age in South Africa?
Challenge is just getting more gigs. Yeah, that's it. It's getting more jobs, in a sense that covering more news and with like in any industry, the cutthroat industry, you need to be really good. You need to up your game every single time for them to call you back and say, hey, please do this for us, or are you doing this? You need to be constantly working, in a sense that even if you are not called in to do whatever, but you need to be working on your own assignments and own, so that you don't get to say, no, now because they don't call me in, so it means that I don't have anything to do, So you need to constantly have an essay to do, feature, So all those things. This career or job, to say it's not really a job, it's a career, because it's not like you want to be stagnant, you want to grow, and it's really, really self-reliant. So if you're not pushing, you won't see the results. So you need to constantly push and push and push.
So since Nhlanhla works so hard, what does he do to relax? Just lay back and relax. So the day he's deciding, I am not picking up the camera today, I have to let my brain rest.
It's that time. I'm a very easygoing guy, man. I spend a lot of time with my friends or people that I hold dear to my heart, and so it's not really going out clubbing or whatever, just relaxing and being with the people that I really treasure. There's not a lot of them as well. So it's for me, it's all about that more than anything in this life, one needs to really, really try to have genuine relationships with people. Because when all is said and done, you are left with genuine relationships with people. So I don't really other things that are far-fetched or are not really tangible. So I try by all means to have good relationships with people, and those that are in my I don't want to say my circle, but my heart, the orbit of my heart is that I just want to treasure them and build from what we had and strive to be better and make ourselves better and try to make the world a better place. Try to make the world a better place. So my relaxing is making sure that people that I care for are taken care of.
And they know that you are there for them.
For sure.
Alright then, what message would you like to say to your mentor? I'm giving you the platform. That's the short message to your mentor.
It's not the only one at the moment as well, but there's a couple, but because I've mentioned him and he knows the genesis of my career. So I'll say to him, and thank you, man. I don't thank him enough, but I think thank you for opening up the industry for us, and I hope to do the same for other people as well. Even though things are tricky now at the moment, but I wish to teach as well and give back in some form or another, because if someone didn't believe in me and give me that chance, I don't think I'd be where I am, and I'm nowhere, by the way. I'm nowhere, but but I think I would, like I've told him before, like I'll go around the world and I'll tell everyone that I've met a man of virtue, and his name won't fall on deaf ears, and people won't really say I've said bad things about him, or he didn't really teach me anything. And it's not really only about photography, by the way. It's life as a whole, that you need to be a principled man, you need to be loving, you need to be principled. Like more than anything, you have to be principled and stand your ground. So for that, perhaps boss, go fail.
Yeah. But I think you've already done a bit of that, giving forward the love that you got from him and some of the lessons that you got from him. Because if you remember me inviting you to the show, I did say, so I want to share that with everyone else at home. 2016, that's when I was doing photojournalism, which is basically photography. And when I had to do my practicals, you were one of the photographers that were there at the start, and you were the friendliest. He's quiet, guys, as you can see. He struggles with talking too much, but I had to invite you because this is my way of saying thank you in a smaller version of the bigger thank you that I have in my heart of what I would like to do to say thank you. So me inviting you here, I just wanted to share the kind of a person that you are outside of photography, just the person that you are in general, and to be able to say thank you. And please don't stop with me, and I hope you haven't, and I believe you haven't. I believe you've been friendlier to all the other kids that are there, getting there at the start, and they are scared to death and don't know what to really expect, because it's so different when you are in class and then when you are in the field and you have to do the job. It's very different. So you made photography not easy, but you were not the person who shouts at a person for them to think, okay, the only way I can get through this person is to shout or yell or do this or that. You were so friendly and kind and all of that, and I hope God blesses you because of that. And I hope your mentor will be proud because then you paid it forward what he did for you. So yeah, I know you're not a talkative person, but I just had to invite you and give you that moment for you to inspire other kids at home. And I hope other people that aspire to be photographers or journalists are watching and they'll take a lesson or two from today's episode. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for your words. Thank you for your words.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
To acknowledge and to see what I didn't see, because when I was doing it, it wasn't about, hey, you've made it, but now this one side you must make sure that they feel that you are superior than them. It's not really about them, because this is the art thing, it's the thing of the eye. So if you can help someone to enhance what they already have, because you can't put what's not really there. So you need to enhance it and sharpen it and make sure that they propel. My wish is for everyone who came after me to be even better than me, so that they can, say that, Nhlanhla was my benchmark, but I managed to, to surpass him. So yeah, so my wish is that you go back and take great pictures and tell people stories. I don't think that will go out of fashion. People need there's stories to be told, and people need to see other people's stories.
Yeah, there's so many great stories to
for sure.
Yeah.
There'll never be a day when there is no story to be told.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. That was the awesome Nhlanhla Phillips, and he was here to talk to us about his journey into photography and some of the lessons he's learned in his career. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.